It's tactic time, and on today's video, I'm bringing you a 4-2-3-1. It's a little bit different to your standard 4-2-3-1, as those wingers are helping out a little bit more in defence. Don't worry, that doesn't stop you scoring goals. Get into the test. Okay, and we're starting this one a little bit differently. We're starting it with Newcastle. I normally test it with an elite team, and those are your Liverpools, your Cities, your PSGs, Real Madrids, Arsenal. But not in this case. We jumped in with Newcastle to see what this one could do, and this is what it did. Won the league in Season 1. No editor on. You can see we've run the test, and they've won the league. Very, very tight. They've won it on goal difference, but they have won the league in Season 1. Cups didn't go so well. Went out to Newcastle, went out to Arsenal, went out to Manchester City, went out to Inter Milan, but if you're winning the league with Newcastle, you're doing pretty well. No signings. That's a great first season, and I think all Newcastle fans would take that. Head over to Barcelona, and exactly what you would expect from Barcelona. All the cups, Champions League final, beating Inter Milan in the final, and a league win. 106 goals, 36 against, goal difference of 70. Right league, Real Madrid really, really pushed. But we won it by 1 point. Top scorer, Robert Lewandowski, 37 goals. You can see he's there in the average ratings. And in the assists, Frankie de Jong. We head over to Portugal. One of the top teams, but a really strong season. Porto, they've won all the cups. They've won the league comfortably. We were knocked out in the quarterfinals to Bayern Munich in the Champions League. But you can see a really strong season all around for Porto. If we just jump into the league, see the stats in a bit more detail. 109 goals, 19 against. Solid in defence. You'll see the defensive setup. There's plenty of bodies in there. There's not much space to play through, and that's definitely showing with the stats. But we're not sacrificing our attacking threat either. 109 goals. Really good season for Porto. No one's even close. Okay, so I wanted to show a bit of gameplay like we have in the last couple of videos. So this is, we've just won a header coming from a goal kick. And as you can see, he's knocked it down. I think you have a little bit of a surprise. If you haven't seen it already, I think you're going to be surprised with the way this one's set up when we get into the tactic. But you can see here, you've got your 4 at the back, 3 in the middle there, got 1 wide here, 1 wide there, and a striker up here in Isak, who at the moment is in a bit of space, but that changes quickly. So it's pushed out right winger, left winger in so much space. He's the obvious pass, and they found him. But you can see already one of the midfielders is right up there with Isak. Takes it down there. There's 2 in the box, but he cuts in and he scores. Harvey Barnes with the goal. Okay, centre back bringing it out. There's your full back. As you know, sometimes we dribble more on these centre backs, and he's taking this one for a run. Taking it very far. Play to the right back. Put the ball in the box, and there's plenty of bodies in the box. You can see 4 there, and plenty of people on the outside as well to recycle possession. This is more the standard shape. You can see here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are your wide players, but the width is actually coming from the fullbacks. And you've got 1, 2, and your 2 centre-backs. So he's cut inside, gone outside, looking for that low cross. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the box. If it's overhit, the fullback's there. And if it's knocked out, you've got your midfielders there. And it's across the box. It's a defender. It's a terrible cross, but it's fallen. And we've scored. Here we go again. We've got Gordon, who appears to be the striker at this point. There's your left winger. 2 centre midfielders. Right winger. Midfielder joining the attack. Gordon takes it wide. He's got that in him, being a natural winger. So he's drifted wide. 3 in the box. Knocks it low. Goal. Jumping over to the tactic. And as you can see, it's a bit of a different one. Very compact, but not sacrificing that attacking threat, as I said when we were running through the gameplay. Before I get into the team instructions and the player instructions, you're liking the videos that I've dropped so far and you're enjoying this one, then please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when the future tactics drop. But yeah, appreciate all the support on the channel so far. Let's go through these instructions. As I've said before, if you're downloading on PC, when you download it, this will all be set for you. But if you're on console and mobile, doesn't matter what you start with name-wise, doesn't matter. Any of these, as long as you end up with these team instructions, but you also need the player instructions that I'm going to go through. As long as you've got all of that, the tactic will work as intended. So, it's an attacking tactic. We're waiting for the overlap, and we're passing into space. Why are we waiting for the overlap? Lots of deep players. So because everyone's so deep, just want to give a chance for people to get forward so we can make the most of our attacking options. We're going for low crosses. Good for cross completion. On passing, we're not playing short passing, we're playing standard passing. I'm letting the players choose. We'll pick our moments when to go direct and when to play short. And with that, we're lowering our tempo of getting forward slightly. I'm giving them more freedom with the passing, but at the same time, we're slowing the tempo. I don't want them just knocking long balls. We've taken that down a little bit to say you don't need to get forward so fast, but you can vary the range of your passing. And in one of the videos, in one of the game clips, you saw them switch it out wide to the left winger from the right wing. That's where that kicks in, and that's where the advantages come from switching that up. We're running at the defense. We are rolling the ball out. We are countering when we've won the ball, and you can see the ones that get forward. It's the wingers, the fullbacks, this guy in the middle, and the striker. When we've lost possession, the press, back four sit where they are. Everyone else is squeezing the play. And yeah, we're rolling it out, but we're not telling the keeper who to roll it out to. Completely up to him. We are triggering the press much more often. So even though we've got a deep setup, we are pressing high, and you will see we made it difficult for teams to play out from the back. We are preventing goalkeeper distribution, and that ties into that as well. Even though these are set to be deep, when they're playing out, you can see that they're higher up the pitch. We're much higher defensive line. Said it before. We don't want that. We don't want the disconnect. Look, incredibly isolated striker if we do that. We want that. We want everyone within close proximity of each other at all times. But we're stepping up. We're really squeezing that play. Really works in the game, and we've got it on this one. So, player instructions. Got a sweeper, keeper on defend. Got a wing back on attack on both sides. Take more risks, dribble more, and tackle harder. All playing defenders, both on dribble more and tackle harder. And the defensive midfielders are both just on tackle harder. All the roles are mirroring each other. It's just solid. It's effective. There's no need to mix it up. We're not varying it. We're solid. We're compact in defense. And when we get forward, we move forward as a unit in sync. Centre midfielder on attack. He's on take more risks, move into channels, and tackle harder. So when he does get up here, you'll see him stand next to the striker. He'll take a channel here, advance forward. We'll jump to that now. We know they move into channels. So you'll see them appear at times as a front two, but when he's needed, he'll be back here. Yeah, advance forward as we're on it, take more risks, tackle harder. So there is a bit more space, even though we've squeezed the lines. So he is going to have moments where he's going to need to take a risk, spread it wide, or play a through ball, and we're happy for him to do that once the players get forward. Inverted winger. On one side, we've got sit narrow, tackle harder, mark tighter. But on the other side, sit narrow, tackle harder. Reason for this? All the team instructions, as I said, they're high press, preventing goalkeeper distribution. We're asking the keeper to kick it long. We're stopping that. These guys squeeze up. But on this side, with the mark tighter, he's also tight to the fullbacks. So we're closing that side off. This side, it almost sets a bit of a trap. So although we really want them to kick it long most of the time, every now and again, the teams who are adamant on playing out from the back, and you see it a lot in real football, we're giving that fullback a bit of space and saying, okay, if you want to play it out, play it down this side. All the instructions mean that he will quickly get to this fullback or wing back. It just means his starting position, because there's no mark tighter, isn't as close. So we're setting a trap down this side. So as soon as they do play down this side, we can try and win the ball back, and we can get a goal. It also does give him a little bit of freedom, a little bit more space, so that when we win the ball back, this guy, I think you saw in the clip, they switched it over here. He's free, so it does give him a little bit more space as well. But that is the plan. We are setting a defensive trap and leaving a little bit of space down that side. So it's today's tactic. Hope you like it. If you're going to use it, drop a comment and let me know who with. This one isn't for you. Check out the playlist or the other tactic videos that are on the channel. If you're looking for unreleased tactics or early access to the tactics that I drop, then please sign up to my Patreon, where you can also message me one-to-one, get hints and tips for your saves. The download link for the tactic and the link to my Patreon will be in the description. But as for today, tactic time done.